What is up, home workout and bodyweight exercise fans? In today's video, I'll be showing you my warm-up routine. So warming up is essential for keeping your joints safe, but also for performing better and getting better results out of your workouts. Studies have shown that the better somebody has warmed up, the more efficient he can perform. So that means you can get more reps, you can put more intensity in your workout, and that also means that you'll get more results out of it. So I always start my warm-up with my mobility drills. Mobility drills are great for moving the fluid in your joints, the synovial fluid, which is like your natural grease. I always start from the top, go down to the bottom. I continue with some warm-up easy sets, pull and push and squat, and then I move on to my workout. There's also a very important mental benefit of having a standard warm-up. I will include that in Monday's video. There'll be a link up here. I don't want to make this video too long. Let's get started. I always start from my head. I roll back and forth. I do 25 of these. You know, depending if you're really young, if you're below 20 years of age, you can do 20. For the rest of the people, I would say do 25 if it's late in the day, or a little bit more than 30 if it's very early in the day, if you're, really cold, because when you wake up, you need a lot more work in order to warm up properly. So I do about 25 to 30 of these. You always want to start softly with neck movements, and every 5 to 10 reps, you can increase a little bit the stress you're placing on your head. So this is also a dynamic way of stretching. So once I do 30 of these, I'll do 25 to 30 of these. So now you're turning your head right and left. Start again slowly, gradually. You don't want to put too much stress. And as you warm up more, try to look in the background as much as possible. So you want to be looking right behind you. Increase that range of motion, so your eyesight should also follow the movement. Don't keep your eyes closed or looking at a fixed position. Follow the movement with your eyes. When you've done another 25 of 30 of these, we move on to the hands. So what I do is this exercise here, finger spreads, as I like to call them. What you want to do is spread the fingers as far away from your wrists as possible, but also as far away from each other. Don't just open and close your fingers. Try to stretch them, extend them as much as possible. You can keep your hands bent, straight, doesn't really matter. Always work both hands at the same time. That also saves you time. Once you've done 25 to 30 of these, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your thumb, hug it with the rest of the fingers, and you're going to pull downwards like this. You're going to feel a stretch over here. So again, you'll be doing about 25 to 30 of these. Once you're done with these, we'll be moving on to the shoulders. I do 3 exercises for the shoulders. My first and favorite are candy wrappers. I also call these Egyptians. But basically what you do is you first of all extend your hands. So try to move your fingers as far away from your shoulders as possible. Extend far away, and then you twist. Now, as you can see, my hands twist towards the opposite direction. So one hand, the left, for example, is twisting upwards, and the right hand is twisting downwards or backwards. So it kind of resembles the movement you do with like a candy wrapper. Somebody in the comment section actually told me that these are called like this. So I like that name, and that's the name I'm using nowadays. So this feels amazing for the shoulders. What you want to focus here is moving the bone of the arm, of the upper arm, into the shoulder socket. So you're getting this twisting movement here in the shoulder, and all the synovial fluid in the shoulder is getting spread around. And like this is one of my favorite ways to warm up my shoulders. You might get tired after 5 to 10 reps, so you can just relax a little bit and continue. Remember to always keep your hands spread, extended as far away from your shoulders as possible. Again, 25 to 30 reps of these. Moving on, I do shoulder dislocations. This exercise has a bit of a scary name, but don't worry. As long as you're using something that has give, like an elastic band, ideally you won't have any problems. A lot of people do this with rods, metal rods, wooden rods. I don't recommend that. It's not that uncommon to put excessive stress on the joints by doing that. So always start with a band, hold it as wide as possible. Like you can even hold it like this with your thumbs. And start slowly, and as you get warmed up, you can close the band. You can hold it a little bit closer. Like do another 5 reps. If you feel that you have more mobility now, close it a bit closer. Again, 25 to 30 reps. These things shouldn't hurt. They should feel a little bit like tiring, but they shouldn't hurt. Once you're done with these 25 to 30 reps, I'll do my next exercise. I call these elbow screws. Basically, you stand on your knees, lean forward, put your hands at shoulder width apart. And what you do now is, by keeping your elbows extended straight, you twist internally and externally at the same time. This might feel a bit uncomfortable, or you might feel that you're not getting any range of motion when you first start to do it. It's a little bit weird. It can feel weird if you're doing it for the first time, but if you work on it, you'll start getting more and more mobility. As you can see, my elbows twist quite a lot. So twist again, 25 to 30 reps of these. Remember to keep your elbows straight, never bend. A lot of people get mixed up and start to bend the elbows in order to get more movement. Your elbows should be always straight. And just twist in and out, in and out. Okay, so done with the shoulders, and my next exercise will be more for the lower back, for the hamstrings, for the legs, and these are windmills. This floor is a bit slippery, so take off my socks so my heels are more stable. And before we start doing the windmills, a lot of us are quite unflexible, immobile in this movement, Like a lot of people can't even stand like this. You want to slowly open up your hips. Like I like to put my hands like this in like a sort of prayer position, and just lean forward by keeping your back straight. Now, you don't want to bend your back like this. Like most people will do this in order to compensate for the lack of mobility. You want to keep your back straight. So if it's too difficult in the beginning, you can assist yourself a little bit with the floor, push with the floor, as long as you keep your back straight. So start leaning forward, and once you start feeling comfortable in a little bit of a bend position here, start doing the windmills. Again, if you're too immobile, you're gonna have to do some more extra stretches for the leg. I'll show those a little bit later in the end of the video. So once you feel that you're quite mobile, start doing the windmills. Basically, you're touching with the opposite arm, with the opposite hand, the opposite leg. Start from a top position, from the knees, for example, and slowly go lower. Like as you can see now, I can touch my shins, but I can't go a lot lower. But if I try to go a little bit lower, every 10 reps, I will slowly start to touch my toes. So, you need your nervous system to allow your nervous system to feel that it's safe. Basically, that's one of the reasons that we lack flexibility. It's not that our muscles are not long enough, it's because your nervous system feels unsafe in positions that you rarely get in, and it locks, so your muscles lock. Now slowly, as I teach my nervous system that it's safe, you can relax in this position, I will start touching my toes. And I like to do a lot of reps like these. Usually I'll do about 40 to 50 reps. These are great not only for the legs, as I said, also for the lower back, opening up the lower back, forcing a little bit of thoracic extension, opening up you know, your upper body, stretching your upper body in order to reach forward. So once I'm done with these, I am done with my mobility drills. And it depends now, like if you feel ready to work out, if you're also a beginner towards intermediate, this will be enough for a basic bodyweight workout. But the more you train and the more explosive things you want to do later, or if it's very early in the morning, you'll also want to do some easy sets. Now, easy sets are basic strength exercises, but what you do is you decrease the reps, the intensity, and you know, you just go through the movements, so you just pump a little bit blood in the muscles and you prepare the joints. So I'll be doing some, my typical exercise is push-ups. I also do them on my wrists. I've made a video why I do this. I'll link it above. So I'll do usually some wrist push-ups if my first exercise in the workout plan is something related to pushing. If I feel that I'm extremely cold, I need a lot of warm-up. If I feel that I'm having a really low energy day, I'm really tired, I'm gonna also do even more of warm-ups. So I also include some inverted rows. So I'll just do wrist push-ups like this. And you know, I don't even really care about getting full range of motion. I'm not focusing on the reps. I'm focusing on pumping some blood to the muscles and getting the joints prepared and warmed up. So I might even do some inverted rows as well if I feel that I need a lot of warming up. And you know, the older you get, the more you warm up, the better. So I might do some rows like this. You can also do some easy sets with body elastics if you have bands. And so I'm going to do a pull, a push, and a squat if I really need to warm up that day. So my squat movement will typically be bodyweight lunges. These are great because, you know, they warm up your legs. They also need some balance, so, you know, they wake up the whole body. That was all my warm up. Just to summarize everything, I always start with mobility drills. And I will add some easy sets if I feel that I need it. I'll always do my wrist push-ups as easy sets. This way I also condition my wrists a bit. And if I have like a really low energy day, or if I have to do a lot of explosive stuff, or if I just, you know, need a lot of warming up, also do a round of easy sets. That was all. I hope today's video helps. And now next time, keep on training.